Welcome back. Your attention, please. I would like to call Mr. Yunus to offer this talk of appreciation to Mr. Tony Hyde.
Tony! Tony! He just went out. Tony! That's for you. Tony has helped us a lot preparing for the conference, so you can give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Merci.
Thanks. Thank you.
Merci. Okay.
Honorable, honorable, honorable audience, honorable delegates and adults, good morning. Um, words, not, words cannot describe the emotions that I'm feeling right now and the emotions that I have been feeling during this conference. I have learned how seeking for coexistence is the best way to build a better future. I have learned how to paint an entire room to the point that I really want to paint my own now. I learned how to be tolerant, open-minded, adventurous, optimistic. I learned how, sorry, gosh, sorry, sorry. Um, sorry. I went to places never thought I could go to, even as a Moroccan citizen. However, the most important thing I learned during this conference is that what is making our world as divided as it is right now is not the money or the politics or whatever. It's the unwillingness that we have to not learn about others and to judge them based on their skin colors, their genders, and their ethnicities. Hopefully, this conference will have patched up this hurdle. I know that this conference we went through some really hard moments and we have felt all kinds of emotions, but this is exactly what is making each one of us today in this room capable to relate to anyone else around the world. You may have known or noticed that I exaggerate in the way I talk. True, because yes, this conference has changed the way I see people, life in general, and hopefully has influenced the way you see people and life in general as well. We also hope that every lesson you have learned during this conference will be carried on to other youngsters in your respectable countries, because we must be aware and conscious about something. We're not only representatives of our countries, but we are their future leaders as well. A common future, a brighter future, a stronger future is in our unity and cooperation. And last but not least, I would like to extend a very, very warm thanks to our school and to the organization body who has, thank you, to our school and to our organization body who has done such an amazing job, to Round Square organization for giving us this opportunity, this very unique opportunity to share and learn, to all schools from either Europe or Africa for making this dream true. So thank you. Shukran. Merci. Asante sana. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Bia danke. Medasi. And mulțumesc. And I wish on behalf of our school the best for everyone here today with us in the room. I had the honor to present 3 of our speakers in the first day, and I have the honor again today to represent them. So please give a big, big warm applaud for Mr. Josh O'Connor, who will be talking on behalf of the Round Square Bro. Thank you.
Delegates and guests, I have a question for you. Often when we're asked, so how was the conference? What was the point? We tend to respond with a list of the things we did at a conference. So we'll say, I climbed a mountain, or I zipped across a ravine, or I painted walls in a local community school. And they're all good answers, but they're the parts. They're the what we did. They don't really address why we did it. What was the point? Now, in a couple of days' time, Round Square board meets in sunny Copenhagen. I want you to imagine that you were the one delegate at this conference who was selected to go to Copenhagen, and His Majesty King Constantine asked you what was the point. So I'm sure you all know who Kurt Hahn is, so in Hahnian silent reflection, I'd like you to spend 30 seconds, although quite honestly the young lady who spoke a moment ago sort of answered the question beautifully, but for you as an individual, I'd like you to spend just 30 seconds of complete non-telephone related silence where you think about what was the point for you as an individual in the last 4 or 5 days. So let's all just close our eyes and think for 30 seconds without making any noise, a skill I would love to see us all develop the ability to do. Just think about what was the point for you. Memories that you'll take back to your countries and hopefully share with your fellow students in your school, the teachers in your school, and I do hope you'll share with your schools will facilitate you sharing with the boards of your schools the point of coming all this way to Morocco to experience this fantastic conference. So on your behalf, from the Board of Governors of Round Square, I'd like to thank Eunice ELARAKI, the ELARAKI family, you can tell a lot about the way a school runs by the commitment of the staff, and I think ELARAKI school staff have been outstanding in the last week. To Hisham and the rest of the staff, our profound thanks. And to the students of ELARAKI School who have hosted us, we are very grateful to all of you for sharing extraordinary Marrakesh with us for the past week. Thank you so much on behalf of the board.
Now we move to Mrs. Susan Ridlin-Hayes, who on behalf of the African region. Please give her a big welcome.
Good morning, and what an extraordinary conference we have all enjoyed. I started off at the start of this conference saying that it was an important one, a seminal one, a bridge between the European and the African regions, and it has lived up to all the hopes and expectations that that bridge represents, I think, for so many of us. And so it is my great honor and privilege this morning, on behalf of the adults from the European and the African region, to say a very big thank you, Mr. Yunus ELARAKI, the ELARAKI family. Thank you. The phenomenal management and staff of this extraordinary school, and most especially to our student leaders, who I think really did for me what I hoped at the beginning: restore hope for the future. You were absolutely incredible, and together with every delegate that was here, I think that the meaning that you did get from the conference, personal as it may have been, also builds right into this theme of together for a common future. It does start with us, each and every one of us. But alone, we cannot do too much. Together, for a common future, lies the hope for us, for Round Square, for our countries, and for the world. Thank you, everybody, for a wonderful, wonderful conference.
I introduced him the first time on the first day as a brother, but now he's more of a best friend. He's an inspiration and an idol. Please give a big, big welcome to Mr. ELARAKI Tantawi.
Whoa. That's been happening to me all since I woke up. No, something is wrong. It must be the emotion, I guess. I deliberately didn't prepare for my closing speech, and I thought just to take it as it comes and as I feel it. And I don't know if it was a good idea, because actually I'm kind of speechless with the emotions I'm feeling right now. Honestly, it's been a real wonderful experience we've been having for the past few days. And it's us that should be thanking all of you delegates that came to us from over Africa and all over Africa and Europe, because you have participated into the change of the state of mind of so many students. And I'm sure that this conference and these few days will have a real impact on them forever. During my opening speech, I spoke about the fact that an idea is way much more resilient than a virus, in a sense that when you have an idea and you want to reach a goal, you keep on fighting for that, regardless of how much time it would take, and especially when you believe in it. And the ideas we have are moving to become the ideals we have. And I just want to make a parallel with the round square ideals, because they, as an idea, would define us at the end. The ideals we have as schools, as individuals, the round square ideals, which we all agree upon, regardless of our race, religion, sex, or gender. We all agree on the ideals, and the ideals will end up defining us. They have defined us during this conference, but not all of the students from our schools participates or have participated to this conference or in any other, for the matter. But the fact is, in all round square schools around the world, we have those ideals in common, and they have to define us as teachers, as adults, as students, and most importantly, as grown-ups after all, because you are going to, as students, go on with your lives, being defined by the ideals. And round square is about making this world a better place for all. So let's not forget it. We have the ideals will define us, and we will together make this world a better world for all. That's our mission. Of course, I would like to thank, obviously, the steering committee, the students' delegates. I mean, I've been seeing my student through a different angle during this conference, and gosh, I'm really satisfied. I'm really, what's the word for that? I mean, overwhelmed with the maturity they have reached. And now more than ever, I can trust them, and I can trust in them, and like be sure that they are going to be the actors of change we're seeking. So thank you. You can applaud them. I would like to call, and obviously my teammates, my colleagues at school have been doing such a tremendous job, putting a lot of effort, standing up all nights during the conference or even before the conference to make sure that everything is done properly. And I don't want to risk calling them by names, like all of them, and calling all of them. And I mean, I just want to recognize them through Mr. Hisham, the round square rep, and the head of extracurricular activities. I would like to call him on stage. I know he's shy, but I call him on stage. Where is Mr. Hisham? Okay. I kind of knew he was going to do this. He doesn't like to be on the spot. Is he around? Oh, he's here, he's here. There you go. This conference wouldn't have been possible without the efforts he puts in. Thank you. I would like to finish by sharing with you, I hope I didn't forget anything, but I would like to finish by sharing with you, delegates from around Africa and Europe, the motto of the school. And this is something we live by at school, and I think that you can adopt it as your own motto as well. Today better than yesterday, tomorrow better than today. Thank you.